Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Brett and Kevin. So thanks for your presentation.
Thanks so much.
Okay, and we are going next, and the next startup is Dolla. George? George, are you here?
Please unmute yourself. We didn't hear you.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we hear you.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you everyone for having us here today. We really appreciate the gig. And well, I am hoping to introduce you to our humble project, whose name carries the name Dolla. Can you please let me know if you can see my shared screen?
Not yet.
Okay, just a second. I think it's a problem with the broadband.
We see Corgando on the screen, is that right?
Yeah, there we are. Can you see it now?
Yeah, now we
Awesome.
see it.
Thank you so much. Fantastic. Well, as I was speaking before, well, we are very humbled to actually present this as not as much as a payment solution, but it's a people's solution. Dolla is a token built up on our own blockchain. It secures and it has almost instant transactions being done. We basically have developed a blockchain technology with an expert team of fundamentally two important parts, a business team and a technical team. Why? Because we believe that there is a problem that is being dragged throughout time, much before COVID appeared. Now, the Dolla Vision aims to achieve a worldwide merchant adoption and deliver a global access for all. This includes ensuring access that it's economically quick and equal for the dollar transfer and payment platform. So we are basically looking to socialize the decentralization of economy that blockchain and tokenization brings to the table. There is a global problem that needs to be treated. Currently, we are looking at very slow transfer speeds. We are looking at very limited throughput, a high cost, not assuring a final on every transaction, and a very centralized method of payment. Now, when I say payment, we are not really looking to focus on, let's say, merchant payments or very complex and high payment methods. We are looking to touch people who on everyday basis, or at least on every week, on every monthly basis, they need to send money somewhere else. Now, there is a reason why we were so keen in getting into the unicorn battle in Canada, because Canada knows about this problem, because it is a country formed by immigrants, people whose true discipline and hard work was actually brought to success, but they always have the need of sending money to a loved one, to a relative, to somebody who they left behind when they did when they took the decision of actually coming to Canada. Now, when we are talking about those people are most certainly to be unbanked. So they have to rely on different transfer methods that they tend to be slow. They tend to be to have a limited throughput, right? Many traditional payment methods and most cryptocurrencies can really handle more than 4 to 6 transactions, wasting resources in the meanwhile. They have a very high cost, right? Traditional payment methods attract higher transfer fees, breaking the backs of the consumers and merchants alike. And we are talking about consumers who actually have to very much work hard for their money, right? We are not talking about a middle high class. We are talking about the real pedestrian workers, you know, who are also the largest consumers on wire transfers abroad, right, across borders. And with traditional payment methods, transactions can take hours to days to actually reach finality. So they leave loopholes for consumers and merchants to lose resources as well. Now, this is all wrapped up on a very centralized nature of traditional payment systems, puts their customers at risk and, of course, for fraud. Now, the market opportunity for us, as we see, is merchant and consumers
Sorry,
actively
George.
seeking. Yes.
Your time is up, so just quickly finish, and we have a question.
Absolutely. So we are actually looking to deliver to people, to the most largest amount of people across countries, from development to undeveloped countries, a fast transaction, high throughput, low cost, finality, and decentralized method of sending money across borders. Thank you.
Thanks. So any questions or suggestions, feedback? No? So you can share your contacts, yeah.
Yeah, just this is Jordan.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Tolga,
I
go
don't
ahead.
have a question, but I actually have a feedback. The brand that you have designed is very similar to Dashcoin. My question would be like, you know that Dashcoin, right? So do you think that there'll be any, you know, problems with that?
No, not whatsoever, because we have our own coding who has been built up from scratches using Haskell. And at the same time, the difference between Dolla and Dashcoin is that Dolla itself has in its corporate culture the people's needs to begin with. For example, why is the internet so slow? Because I'm actually in Bolivia, in South America, looking to close an agreement with the central bank here. And the same thing as my peers in Colombia, places like Pakistan, places where they have a lot of movement in immigration to, let's say, more developed countries. The idea is to have adoption where it's needed, not as a payment solution, once again, but as a people's solution for their everyday need.
I mean, for people that have no idea about, I mean, when you explain, I understand the differences, but for people who don't know anything about it, when they see, you know, the coins and the brands, you know, listed next to each other, in my opinion, they look very similar. So that's just my feedback.
You're saying the logos are very similar, Jorge.
Well,
That's it.
unfortunately, I don't.
You thank him and you move on. Say, thank you, sir. I appreciate the input, and you move on.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.